Welcome back to Cryptopia, where we go over the wet and wild happening in NFT land. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way in today, a Billionaire Baby Club. This was a request by a viewer, finally something that doesn't have a fucking like 4 legs and a tail or some shit or is furry. It's a human being, tiny humans, but they're human. So this is Billionaire Baby Club, the kind of trivia-esque NFT. So it's kind of cool, a little different, something that I have not come across a lot of. So let's take a look into it. So the public sale was a few days ago or this week. It was like the 30th, the 31st. And so they are actually open right now. You can mint this. So if you think you're interested in something like this, run over to their website and you will be able to mint it. It's on sale right now at 0.03 ETH, and there's about 2,755 billionaire babies out there to mirror the 2,755 billionaires in real life. Something I didn't know. So, we both learned something here today. So they're looking to be adopted, blah, blah, blah. There are 737 possible traits of eyes, mouth, and all that. Like I said, the 30th of January is when it came out. During this event, you'll be able to mint a billionaire for this price. So here's the game and how it kind of works. All members can play as their babies in the club game and compete for a prize pool. Every week, there will be a live trivia quiz in which club members have 10 seconds to answer multiple choice questions that incrementally increase in difficulty. Babies that answer all these questions correctly split the prize. Each baby holds between 3 and 10 tickets that will become very useful for answering the questions. So a little bit more on that. The 10 seconds, each baby holds 3 and 10. Essentially, each baby is born with that. And what happens is that you can accrue more. So I think you're born with a specific amount. It might be random or based on rarity, as we'll find out here. All babies have between 3 and 10 tickets. The amount of tickets your baby holds will contribute to your baby's rarity. Yeah. So I think by default they come with 3 and 10. But also you can actually get more doing some other things. But what the tickets do is they remove incorrect answers per questions. So you can use 1 ticket per round. And then I'm pretty sure you get to keep the tickets throughout. So once you have them, you can just keep them. The more tickets your baby holds, the bigger the advantage, of course. And then the winners split the prize pool. So the roadmap over here, most of this is already kind of done. It's just building the community, the pre-sale stuff, and then the public sale stuff that's going on. So the game doesn't start until all 2,755 have been accrued. Once they've been bought out, then they will have their first game, which is 50,000, and then after that, it is a specific portion of the sales done. After that, I believe. So the first week is a $50,000 grand prize, and then after that, it's like 5% of the sales split amongst them, if I'm not incorrect. The weekly thing begins, blah blah blah. So even if you were to sell them all for 0.03 ETH, I did the calculation. It's like $275,000 or something like that. Honestly, I don't even know how that's gonna work. That's a lot of money to be doing this weekly is what they said they're going to be doing. And I know the first one's only 50,000, but after that, constantly giving money away, you're going to have to find a way to, have and make more money. And so that will run out. So these guys have what they will be releasing, which is the Millionaire Babies Club. Sort of, feeding back into it, depending on the popularity of the Billionaire Club, they'll have the Millionaires Club and they will kind of be able, continue to generate money that way. So all members will have the chance to earn more tickets to exclusive club competitions on Twitter and Discord. Then there's the merch and there's that. So as I always say this, there's no fucking links, and I hate when there's no links to these people to take me right there. So instead I jumped over to their Discord to figure out some other stuff. This is Baby Franklin, UK bruv, business guy, worked for a US Fortune 100 engineering firm. He's amazing, got amazing experience. So about 2 years ago, he quit and began to build his first e-commerce company with this guy, Niall, which is like later on in the bottom there. And we went on to generate over $2 million in just over a year because we're gods. And we're better than everybody else. So if you go over to, I couldn't find anything on this guy. I Googled this guy, with baby NFT, nothing really comes up. There's a dude that comes up, but he's like a crypto guy who's like some Asian guy who has not really anything to do with this kind of stuff. So there's this, crypto G boy, crypto George the crypto boy. And this is it. He's got a cat, potentially. And at some point in time, he might have been in Canada because he has Tim Hortons. And that's it. He doesn't really say anything in the tweet. This was January 10th, so, must have been in Canada this year, earlier. So that's pretty much it for Mr. George over here. I don't really like these guys. There's nothing really wrong with these guys. It's just what they're saying in their bios here. So this is Dylan, known as a baby D boy. He's had an insane journey. The man's exhausted. Okay, he's 22, already tired of life, already wants to pack it in. But he's gonna keep trudging because at the end of the day, he's also a boxer. He's a boxer. He's an amateur boxer. So you don't want to fuck with him. He's an amateur boxer. He's got 7 figures from his e-commerce. He's a web developer. Frankly, he's a god. Frankly, we should all be worshiping Dylan over here, the baby D boy. All right. He loves giving back to people. I'm just going to have some fun with these guys because reading these are already boring enough. Okay. So cut me some slack. I'm just going to have some fun when I'm reading these. But he was able to raise $10,000 for cancer research while running. Because of his crypto projects, $30,000 to help endangered species. Y'all just pathetic, bro. Dilhan over here, he's the man. The fucking man. So basically, this guy quit it. He failed everything in life. Basically, he failed in school, flopped in college, just managed to get into his second university of choice. Pathetic. Couldn't even get into the first one. Dropped out, right? And then, because everyone knows he's so great, he started making some money working with some businesses, multiple, as a marketing consultant. Failed school, dropped out. Doesn't matter though. We'll take you in. Our businesses, we want you to run the marketing. No experience whatsoever. 20 years old. You got this, though. I know it. I believe in you. I can say, look at those eyes. He's got this. So basically, that's what happened. But he was probably a social media dude because, they didn't know what to do with that, so they gave it to the guy, which is not even bad. So, but I'm skeptical about the other parts. Anyways, he eventually decided to focus on this. He was an investor in Bitcoin and ETH early on and became super rich because of that, probably, and not the other stuff. If he even did that at all. But yeah, he's part of it. You can go here, you can kind of see his face. There's not really much else there about him, except for he's an entrepreneur and, makes 7 figures and whatnot. So here we got Niall, which is the guy that baby Jesus at the top over there was working with and created a $2 million company or whatever. He is also, he also dropped out of school or something. No, he graduated with a maths degree. He's a little bit better than the other guy. He loves soccer and whatnot, and he is a crypto millionaire as well. And he generated 7 figures on his e-commerce stuff. Cool. Then you got this guy, Ryan, baby Rye guy. He's my favorite because this guy was so good. He graduated in 2019, right? Another 20-something-year-old, right? He's so good at businesses that within the first month of starting his business, he started to see success. And a few months down the line, the revenue started to explode, and he knew he was able to replicate this. So he just knew it. He's like, I'm a god, I can do this. So instead, what he decided to do, instead of growing his company and becoming richer, he's like, nah, fuck that shit. Making money? Too easy. He quits that shit. Fine. Then decides to help other people start their e-commerce businesses. Incorporates 3 other businesses for the next 3 years with his friends. And now they're financially free. Everybody's making money when you know this guy. It's impossible not to make money. You fall ass backwards into that shit. So, hey, all of these guys could be that great. I don't know who this guy is. But he's here. But so everyone could be that great. I guess maybe it's him. I don't know if that's the same dude, just maybe blonde and shaven. But anyways, so There's nothing wrong with these guys. The like aside from what I'm perceiving as just like not really, accurate to the what they're saying exactly. But I've heard this so much throughout my life, where it's like, what I mean, I'm so great. You hear it a lot with traders, where like they're so good at trading that instead of using their secrets to make them make themselves more money, they rather teach other people their secrets. And like, here, this is how I make money. You can make money too. And it's like, if you have the secret, just keep it for yourself and make money. You don't need to start teaching people. Typically, you wouldn't. You would keep that and make as much money as possible. And maybe in your old age, you would start teaching people because now you've done it and you accrued, life experience. These guys are 20 something years old, zero life experience. Their balls dropped a few days ago. But hey, they have enough life experience for everybody. So we'll see. Hey, I could be wrong. I don't know if this is something to jump hook, line, and sinker in right away. They still have to sell out before their first even trivia game is going to happen, right? So before the rest of their plans even take off, that first thing needs to happen. So if that never happens, but people have still bought it, they still get at least some money out at the end of the day. If this is something you're interested in, I would suggest maybe keeping an eye on it. Get into the Discord, chat around, meet some people, and just keep your eye on it for now. The floor is 0.04. You know what I mean? It's not, there are only like 2,700 available, but like if you keep your eye on it, it's not going to go away very, very fast, right? Like not a lot happening right now. So I would suggest, just look at it. Just keep an eye on it and see if it's actually going somewhere that you can, reap the rewards of the rest. I'm not a huge fan of the art. So the trivia part would be, that's the main part, right? All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you have anything else to say about this project in the comments down below. I'm not too keen on these guys. I don't know who Baby Franklin is. I can't find him. And honestly, like, everything should be in the website, like it's like I always say. And why is Baby Franklin hidden? I don't know why. The rest of them are, I have at least shown their face and have a Twitter. This last guy, Mr. Ryan, he's not. He is an enigma. He is a migma, the migmama. He is an enigma. So, and he's like, hey, you're just going to have to face and accept the facts that I'm an enigma. An enigma. I'm ethereal. I'm a god. Accept it. And that's it. So, not really keen on, like, at least two of their top members don't seem to be willing to reveal themselves. And the rest of these guys are like, pushing an ideology I've heard a few times, or a sort of a persona, I guess. I don't want to say persona, just the way they're presenting themselves. I've heard it 1,000 times before, and it's usually from people who are just sort of just talking big, but don't have much to back it up with. But hey, I could be wrong. So I would suggest keeping an eye on this project. And if you're interested in it, just seeing where it goes and if it picks up. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys next time. An MLM. That's what I was trying to say. That's what they sound like. They sound like they're guys who are in charge of an MLM. Okay, I just have to throw that in there really quickly.